We are now live on Facebook. I'll be right
live
back.
on Facebook. Hello. We have done a great job going live and then leaving immediately as a professional high wire improv tech move, which is me also stalling for time while I check and see that we are in fact live. Look at that. It always is live, but you always feel like you need to check. I'm going to share this to my page so that we can get more reach because, organic reach is not easy to come by on Facebook these days.
I will also share it to my page because I believe there's 3 or 4 people that I'm friends with that you are not. So
it's a small group, a small Venn diagram.
Small group. Yeah, but every viewer counts.
That's right. Every viewer does count, and every member of the Highwire community counts, even the ones who don't have Facebook. Although they will have a harder time learning about their season 6 awards and the upcoming activities for season 7. But we have a lot of really exciting stuff coming up for season 7, which is what we'll start the beginning of this live stream with. Already see people liking and heart reacting this video. Apparently the heart react gets more engagement in the algorithm. So I've been admonished by several people to heart react only. And I thought it was just an ego thing. It's actually more effective. Unfortunately, also the anger react is more powerful than the like, which is,
I knew that. I did not know about the heart.
Yes. But
I'm a big heart react guy.
I was a little reticent. I was a late convert, but I'm now part of Heart React gang.
I actually got banned on Facebook from liking or from reacting to anything because I loved react like 30 things one day.
Too many things.
Like I'd taken a break from social media and I came back and I just loved everything. And they were like, "You're a robot. Nobody loves that much stuff."
They don't realize that your love is unlimited.
It is.
Yes,
it's
I have a giant cow heart and 4 stomachs.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think that's enough time for people to make their way to the Facebook page. And we will comment people in as we go.
All right.
Let's talk about season 7. What's going on? What's happening for season 7, which started tonight?
We kicked it off. We kicked it off with 2 great shows, with Hostel being inappropriate as always. Kristen John and Marty were just so super fun. It was a great show to kick it off. I love being able to pick something like that. Who's going to go first? That was an easy pick when I realized Hostel was going to be on Mondays. And then we had Get a Room. They were a trio tonight. Fantastic group of ladies who do some very inventive form and object and character work. And we were able to give them the first season 6 award, and we'll be talking about them later. But it was a great night. Go ahead.
They're early running for season 7 award for best use of a swim cap in a set.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we do love an object-based award. You might see a few object-based awards this evening, in fact. And it's important to understand that these awards, you cannot plan for these awards. You cannot predict them. The categories change pretty much universally every season. There are a few ones that have gone through the seasons. But there's no best improviser award. There's no best team award. These are unreasonably specific awards that just reflect the great moments that happen in improv that you can't plan for.
Sounds like Barry is alone in a baseball stadium on the microphone. The echo, like Lou Gehrig.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on Facebook.
But yeah, what else do we have going on? We have season 7 online shows kicking off today.
We have online shows. We have tomorrow night. There's Babe Prob and Young Retirees. Yep. Human Magnet and Virtual Virgins on Thursday. Block Party on Friday, and then full Sunday with the Light Bulb, Epcot Fitzgerald, and we will have Heirloom and Friends filling in
Ooh,
for a
nice.
there was an opening that popped up, so we're able to fill some teams that weren't officially that weren't fully submitted. So and our
Excellent.
jams kick off Sunday night, and then Shadow Band closes it out. So you can go check out our Facebook or our website. Go to the schedule page, the shows page, and it has the Google Calendar with all the shows for the year. So for the season, and we're really excited. Um, at the way things are. You will notice a small change. We are dialing things back a little bit because of in-person stuff, which we'll talk about more. But we won't have those like great 3 or 4 hour Sundays. Teams will only be performing once per 4 week cycle, which is just an opportunity to let us do more actually. So we are able to get all our in-person stuff going too. So it's a great opportunity. The summer gets busy for people anyway, so this is a chance for the online shows, which we are committed to and we're going to keep doing. But we'll just dial it back a tiny bit and see everybody once a month. And those conflicts I was talking about, that has allowed some teams who maybe hadn't submitted or had a conflict or something, but can do a little bit jumping in. Ricochet, which was GSM
Ricochet back?
admin, they're going to be coming back.
Nice.
They do a combination of illustration and improv, so they'll be coming back definitely in July, maybe in June. They're trying to figure that out because of some people some people had some vacation conflicts, and I was like, hey, we got a couple spots, so
everything works out.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you mention in person, which is something we haven't had here in a few seasons. That's pretty exciting.
Yes.
We've got in person.
Pretty exciting,
right? It's pretty freaking exciting. I don't want to get banned on Facebook, Mark, but we've got in person jams coming up. We've got in person workshops coming later this season, and we've got at least 7 in person shows all over Baltimore and beyond. Which is super exciting. You're going to start to see those go up on Facebook, but also if you're not following us on Eventbrite, go check that out. Be the first to be notified of available tickets on Eventbrite. We've got 2 this week. We've got our participation in the Highlandtown First Friday Art Walk on Friday at 7, and then we have our first show with Waverly Brewing Company in Hamden. On the Saturday the 7th, and it's kicking off a whole Baltimore tour. It's really, really exciting. Lots more to come. We've got like 20 in-person teams spread out over the season with some really exciting stuff to come. Some new things, some guests from out of town, some returning favorites. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's a great mix of venues. The 3 that have already been announced. Waverly Brewing, Checker Spot Brewing, and the Lou Room, and then 4 actually. I keep forgetting because since it's outside, I don't always consider.
And it's not just one place; it's like a whole event. Yeah,
right.
It's basically a festival of art.
I mean, we're hitting we're doing what we had said at the beginning. We're going to try and hit different parts of the city, not just limit things to one area, and that's going to be super fun. We also are working on a show up in Pennsylvania where I live. Just have to finalize some things before we can announce it, but that's something we're going to do. And a couple other new venues for us, so that we will be like I said, spreading out, giving people lots of opportunity in lots of different spaces to see great improv. And the conversation of people traveling to do improv at Highwire shows is happening. The Lou Room show, we have 2 out of town teams coming, and that's just crazy that people are willing to do that. I still can't believe it.
It's very, very cool. Very exciting. Shall we do some awards?
Yeah, let's do something
else doing. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to start with.
I didn't wear my fancy hoodie for nothing, Barry.
Right. I mean, that is a premium hoodie. Like, you can tell that it's good material. It's not Gildan. We love Gildan, but it's similar material. Kristen's got her fancy sweatshirt on, no hoodie. It's good. Speaking about fancy things and the desire to eschew fancy things, we're going to start with the American Spirit Award. which I think
Oh,
Brian, you might have
yeah.
some info on.
Shoot. Yes. So the British American Experience show, which I am one of the hosts of now, is that a penis?
It's pasta. It's pasta, and it's not novelty
Okay.
pasta, Brian.
Oh, you say that for
Is that leftover pasta from a bachelorette party?
So British American Experience, I host that show every month with Sarah Davies. It's a combination, one bunch of American improvisers, bunch of British improvisers, and we do funny bits about our different cultures. The show was actually conceived and started by Brandon Ingram, who's a friend of ours. He and Sarah had been on a team or in a class together and decided to do it. Brandon has since stepped away and I took over. But there's a long running dispute between Brandon and Sarah, and frankly, the entire British cast about his refusal to use a kettle to heat water and his insistence that a microwave is just as good as using a kettle to heat water. And
it's not.
You know, they say that the revolution happened because of the Stamp Act and dishonest government and all that. But I think it was something like this, that there was something that just pissed one side off so bad, some minor thing.
I'm with you.
So Brandon did a video showing all the ways that he could heat water without using a kettle, including just running water through his coffee pot.
Oh my God.
And the microwave, and putting a pan on the stove and pouring water from just a saucepan. And it was, complete with American like cheesy music. And so yes, Brandon shocked and horrified the Brits. And for that, we're giving him I don't know why we should be encouraging him, but we're giving him the American Spirit Award.
Yes. I don't know why we encourage him. I do, however, want to point out that I feel like there is a little bit of a racket going on where I feel like in the last 4 seasons, there's been an award to the British American Experience cast in some form or fashion. And it's always been suggested by Brian Shea as a member of said cast. So he's never awarded himself, but there's a little bit of, there might be some export-import stuff happening that
I can tell you that
they got the one as a cast.
Yeah, I can tell you as a member, as also a member of that cast, I've never gotten an award, despite me openly campaigning. In fact, that's probably the reason why I don't get one. Yes. But I'm now currently 0 for 6.
Yes.
With Highwire awards.
Jeff, I can honestly say that if we weren't already giving Brandon this award for causing an international incident with his water, your description of Scrapple and the British cast reaction may have done it. To say they were horrified would be the biggest understatement. They were oh God, so angry.
And not to say that they're hypocrites would also be an understatement, because blood sausage is basically basically the same thing as Scrapple.
Yes.
I would say it
might be worse.
Yeah, because they use oats. We use cornmeal. And I'm not a fan of Scrapple.
That's not the difference I was going for, but okay.
Yeah. And also, it's I don't think it's as gross, but who am I to say? I'm a cow.
Excellent. In traditional fashion of our live award streams, we spent like 9 minutes discussing the first award, which is a reflection of how deeply and completely we care about all of the shows that happen on Highwire Improv. We know this much about every single team and set. But we should move on to our next award. Jeff, take us away. What were you going to say? That was not a setup to tell me the award, because you don't know which one I have in my hand.
Okay.
I sounded like you were going to say something.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just chewing my cud.
All right. Well, that's a good transition. I will present the Animal Style Award. which is awarded to our friends from Washington, D.C., the Perfects, who on February 1st, in the first week of the season, did a run of animal portrayals that was both moving and naturalistic, and somehow managed to evoke a lot of energy that I would describe as animal style. Of course, referring to the in and out secret menu, not National Geographic implications. And so for that portrayal,
I'm down for either. Just
I thought you might be Jeff Cow. So the Perfects, they will be one of the traveling teams coming to the Lou Room in July, which is super exciting. So you can see them in person. Another favorite that we've had here, also related to animals, because they are going to keep on a theme. The team Squirrely Bird, who have been with us for the last couple of seasons, have given us some of our favorite shows. Their opening is amazing. It's called Clanging, but it feels like a pattern game, except if a pattern game was watchable. And they really do a great job with it. And Squirrely Bird has 2 animals in its name, but they are going to receive an award for their portrayal of beavers in a March show, in which a set of beavers formed what is, and we checked the records, the first union to be established during a high wire show. And so with unions happening all over the country, and the drive for workers' rights, Starbucks is great, Amazon is great, but High Wire Improv, we've got our first union. We're really excited to support the Beaver Union 157 that was established here. So the Squirrely Bird team gets the first union award.
We've been really lucky that Squirrely Bird is the same night. Is it the same night as Dreamweaver?
Dreamweaver,
Or what? Yeah, so I'm always coming online when they're doing their shows. I miss part of it because we're warming up or I'm doing host stuff, but yeah, to be able to watch them, they're just so super fun. And it started out as a duo and is now as many as 4 people. And I just love their just energy they keep bringing to the stage with new people.
They are really special, lots of fun, and yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Let's do Genevieve's award. She's asleep right now, but it's apropos for this award.
Yeah. So I was doing tech of Mouth Stuff show. Genevieve is a member of Mouth Stuff, but she was traveling in the UK at the time of the show. I knew that because she's on one of my teams. And all of a sudden, before the show started, and Mouth Stuff all performs in the same room. They all get together, perform in person. And before the show, Genevieve pops in the Zoom. And I'm like, are you guys doing some weird kind of hybrid? And she goes, no, I'm just going to watch. I just want to watch. And then about halfway through the show, she's laughing. I can hear her reacting. I hear this voice. Genevieve go, okay, cut to. And she started calling edits while sitting on some other improviser's couch in London. And it was just, she did it for like the whole second half of the show. She directed it. And that is just the unbelievable love that team has for each other. They totally went with it. They had so much fun. And so for that, we are giving Genevieve the longest edit award for her work. Most distant edit. Sorry, that's what we ended up on. But yeah, Genevieve, when you get back, you will have that to add to your house.
Yeah. Longest edit sounds like it took the longest time to occur. Like,
that avatar really changes you, Jeff. I feel like
I feel like I'm in my own
character.
skin for the first time in my whole life. Like, this is the most comfortable I've ever felt in my entire life.
I'm very happy.
I wish I could move my arms though. I can't move my arms or my hooves.
That's okay, Jeff. We love you. We love you either way.
That's true. Now we've got the like competition angle for Kristen's cooking. This is a dual show.
Yeah.
It's not a direct sequel to Kristen consumes croissant and coffee in her quarters. It's separate, but it is. You can tell it's by the same director.
Yeah, when people scrolling by on Facebook when they have their videos on mute are really gonna have to stop for a second and see what the fuck's going on, because we have a cow and a sideways cooking show.
Yes. Speaking of cooking and continuing to speak of mouth stuff, another award for mouth stuff goes to Sarah from Mouth Stuff for a really unique combination of skills. Mouth Stuff has been doing these dramatic sci-fi mono scenes or macro scenes, and in a particularly harrowing tale, Sarah was the victim of a head injury and just redid her hair to cover the head injury in the show. And so the award for the honorary degree in medical cosmetology is awarded to Sarah from Mouth Stuff.
I needed to ask, did she really hurt herself?
No. There was not an actual injury. It was an improv injury.
And I thought that's what it was for, but
it's a good clarification.
Yeah.
It was an improv injury, but a real hair flip.
Yes, but Sarah would fight through an injury.
Oh,
she would totally.
For sure. All right, what do we got next? We got that. Oh. What about King Solomon?
I can do that one.
That
was. I'm probably the only one that can do that one because nobody else is at the show. So the King Solomon's Unicorn Award. Is mixing a lot of metaphors there. Okay. There's a team called Bottoms Up, and they for in the show that I teched, they had a unicorn award that Kristen always wanted but would never get. So in keeping with the Highwire tradition of not giving awards to people who really want them, but I want to open it up a little bit because I want awards and I never get awards. So I want to give Kristen or her teammate Nicole. Yeah, I was thinking Nikki, but that was Nicole and Kristen. You both kind of get this award. This is the King Solomon's Unicorn Award, which means only one person can award it to the other person. You have to decide who gets the award between the two of you. You have to cut the award in half, i.e., like King Solomon.
That's just cold. That's just cold.
It's mean, it's complicated, it's confusing, it's everything that I think an award should be.
Yes.
So you can figure that, Nicole and Kristen, you can figure that out on your own, and then send us an address, and we will send either the whole award or send us 2 addresses, and we'll cut it in half and send it.
Yeah, we will cut that marble in half.
I got a wicked power saw, man.
Yeah, we'll video. If you have us cut it, we'll make a video of the cut. Community first is our motto, but a second choice that we did consider was confusing, disorienting, and altogether mean. So I feel like we went with the right choice, but it's in our hearts.
Yeah, we have to figure out the Latin.
That's a good idea. We can have our sigil be that.
Yeah. All right. Who's next?
What do we got? How about who's got the Secret Keeper Award?
Oh, that was me. Oh, Jen Bianchi. Oh my God. This was hilarious. And it was super. So it's the Secret Keeper Award. It was super fun for me because I was in a fraternity in college, and I forget how it happened, but Naked Ramen was doing a living room format. And somehow Jen went on this long, extended explanation of what life was like in a sorority in the South in the 80s. And spilling, like, there are
I think
things
they
that
made a
are
couple
like,
movies about that.
yeah, there are things like there are secrets, and now I don't care. But Jen was with just such ease, dishing and going on about the entire thing. And I'm like, yeah, even though I don't care, I might be a little mad if she was talking about some of the things this way. But it was beautiful. It was so much fun, and being close to contemporary of Jen and age, it was just a hearkening back to how stupid some things were back then, and it was just such a great story. And it was one of those moments where it was like they didn't want to go back to doing the show. They just wanted her to talk for like an hour about these stories. So Jen, who is just a delightful person, this is for you.
Amazing. I feel like improv opens us up to those opportunities.
Yes.
Probably too much.
Yes.
Awesome. Another great group who've been with us for several seasons now is Hemlock, another amazing all female troupe, and as I mentioned earlier in this live stream, we do like object related performances, object related awards, and at the end of February, Hemlock performed an incredible amount of bells, like caroling bells or the hand bells. There was a whole sequence with a cathedral style bell with the full like rope pull to ring the bell. And so for their combined bell work, Hemlock is the recipient of For Whom the Bell Tolled. It's Hemlock is for whom the bell tolled.
They are fantastic. Bum they won't be with us this summer, but that happens. We hope they'll be back again. They're always wild and wacky. And you just say one of my favorite things about Hemlock is their opening is a music montage, like from a movie where they play music, and it's a great way to start a show.
Absolutely. Let's see. We've got the Top Tongue Twister Trophy, which I have successfully told you about.
The Top Tongue Twister Trophy. Oh, look at that.
Oh, the Top Tongue Twister
It's
trophy.
dinner.
What is dinner? I don't think we ever asked.
We didn't ask what dinner was, but dinner is
crudité?
No, it's same vegetables that you would have in crudité, but they are cooked. Some squash and bell pepper, some fake chicken strips, the Morningstar brand, which has the best texture, and the non-penis pasta with a pesto sauce.
Oh, very nice.
Non-penis pasta? Is it vagina pasta then?
It is not. That is not necessarily the opposite.
Okay, that's true.
They are they're trumpets. There's an Italian name for it. No, I mean, sure. So the top
Speaking
tongue
of the
award,
the Top Tongue Twister Award. Summer Sand, which was a European duo, Maggie Beth and Johan, and they do really cool. It's mostly dramatic. It's very dramatic and serious stuff. But and I have to look at the document again to make sure I don't mess it up. The name of the company, I believe, that was happening throughout this set was called Sunshine Shells. Sunshine Shells. And mind you, English is not Johan's first language. And to be doing this and throughout the entire show, I was just like, this is remarkable. It was super fun. They said it so many times, and really knocked it out of the park. It was super fun.
Amazing. That's hard. That might be one of the hardest 2-word tongue twisters I've ever heard.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, you have the sunshine in it there. So
yes.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
Amazing. Couple more from our Sunday crew, and then we're getting close to the end here. So how about the most realistic babies?
Oh, and I believe Oh, I'm looking at the thing. It was not the same week. I thought it was the same week because this is Maggie Beth again.
Two double
I-
award winner.
I I I I forget the full context, but at some point someone walked into a room of babies, I believe, and they were the only person on camera. And Maggie Beth let out a cry that being a parent, I was like, holy shit, someone just made their real child cry. It was so realistic. It was so perfectly pitched. It was unbelievable. And then like 2 other people did it. And I was just sitting there like, you've got to be kidding. They were so good. And then they came on camera. I'm like, oh my God, that's really just them doing it. It was so good. Lightbulb, a fantastic team. Super fun group, and totally deserved for this. Thank you, Jeff. This award
Jeff,
is totally deserved.
Absolutely. And Jeff's provided us with a similarly twistery tongue time with the promised Latin. Do you want to try and read that?
It's complicata confundus et amino medium. I took Latin my freshman year at Severn.
It shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
I pronounced medium correctly.
Medeum.
Oh shit, I didn't.
Oh man. All right.
Kristen,
yes.
is that cherry Coke or that Starburst crap?
The real deal.
That's the jam. That's my jam.
It is cherry Coke. I did not buy, I think it's Starlight. I did not buy more of that. But you know, I didn't know this the other day. This says, okay, right here, right? It says cherry Coke, right? Sorry, there it is, cherry Coke. And what does it say down here? It says cherry flavored Coke and other natural flavors.
Oh, fuck that. Sorry,
excuse me,
Facebook.
I only signed up for cherry Coke.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
cola has the cola nut and also used to have cocaine in it. So those are natural flavors.
Yeah, but that should be covered in the Coke part of cherry flavored Coke.
What?
Oh yeah, well, I guess so. You could also have
not sponsored by Coca-Cola. Brian, to close out our Sunday crew, we have the Iron Woman Award. And I've
yes, as the person who does the scheduling for our shows, it's sometimes very difficult to manage conflicts and things, especially people who might be people who are on multiple teams. That can be difficult. It becomes particularly difficult when those people all can only do one day, and that's typically the case with our European friends. The Sunday afternoon shows are perfect for them, which brings us to the case of Emma T, who was on, I believe, she's on at least, I think she was on 4 teams. And I think she performed on all 4 at least twice in the same day. Amazing. Where she would basically be performing from like 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern time straight through. She was a trooper. And this award is really just for her letting me say, hey, this is the only way the schedule's going to work, was if you can do this. So, and she was great with it. So, actually, it's only 3 teams. It was only 3 that she was on. It was 2 hours. The Vocalettes, the Light Bulb, and then One-Eyed Scouts. So 2 straight hours of improv. And I know she does a lot more. I know she is pretty much, like say an Iron Woman, she will perform whenever and wherever, and she's going to have to do it again this season. Not as long, not a full 2-hour block, but we love you, Maggie or Emma, and this is for you.
Very, very, very appreciated. Stamina is an underrated improv trait. Doesn't get covered in the base classes.
Yeah, I don't want to damper this pleasant occasion, but I not only have done 4 hours in a row teching, but I also did a show in my hospital bed after having surgery.
Yeah.
No awards. No awards
Jeff.
for this guy. For this
Yeah,
cow.
there's a different theater, buddy. Sorry that you did the hospital bed.
I was on
take it up
drugs.
with
I don't
them.
remember. I wasn't sure if it was high wire or pop up or
Talk to
Socially
Kim.
distant?
fucking.
I have
Talk
two
to Kim.
It
things.
was socially distant. Yeah.
Talk to Kim and Dana.
I have two things to say. I performed so many shows on my period. Okay, so there's that. Also,
Hey,
what's up, babe? What's up?
that's a different. You deserve. Of course, you deserve an award. It's a different award. Different
No, it's-
award.
Anyway,
I had
Second.
surgery. I had my neck cut open. I
do you
had.
think that's more painful than a period, Jeff?
No, it's
I-
not more
I have-
painful because I was completely.
I have
anesthetized.
something to say. I have something to say. I've
Great.
had to do so many shows putting up with all your bullshit.
Hey, who, me or Jeff?
All of you, but especially you.
Fair enough.
Ah.
Second thing. I believe our friend David Richmond is watching, and I just wanted to give him a shout out. He requested some love. David, here's your love. David.
Love you, David. I'm making the heart sign, but you can't see it because the avatar
The avatar doesn't pick up the gestures, but
doesn't do arms. I can't talk without using my hands. What the fuck?
You guys,
brutal.
I've been seeing a nutritionist. And she told me she wanted me to practice mindful eating. So I just wanted to let you know I'm doing that now.
Good for you.
Speaking of
Kristen.
mindful eating, our last award is going to a well-respected food educator in the Baltimore community who brought that knowledge to bear in what I can only describe as a perfect improv moment where we're just doing the normal base reality work. We're setting up a scene. We're talking about the food at a party, and magic happens when during a cakewalk that Tashiko offered Brandon Bowden, the recipient of this award, some applesauce. And his next line was, "Oh, you kept the bones in it. That's great."
I was.
And so the award for the least boneless applesauce, higher nutrition value, obviously in the bone-in applesauce, as only Brandon would know, goes to Brandon Bowden, the final recipient of our season 6 awards.
Yeah, that I was wondering what that was, and I do want to say that it's good that Tashika's not getting one. She was feeling a little too up there, I think.
Yeah, it's important,
so many
important
awards.
to be a recipient, to be a giver. It's
I'm gonna pay for that comment in our next Dreamweaver set. I will pay for it hard.
That's true. But that's what we do, and so we love you all here at Highwire Improv, and we love every amazing thing that shows up, and even Jeff being frozen as a mouth agape cow. We love that. That will not be a season 7 award. Frozen, mouth open, cow. No. Good try.
Kristen is not getting one for cooking on camera. No,
or for most balanced plate. But
if
who knows what you might get? Yeah.
If I have your permission, I have found the Brandon Ingram video.
Oh yeah, let's close with that.
So
We can
I'm
remember.
back.
we're gonna
I was
He's
frozen.
back.
we're gonna share here. So this was the video that Brandon sent. So we're gonna. I did hit
It's
share
called
sound.
TexasT.mp4.
Yes.
Incredible.
So here we go.
Hey guys, welcome back to Prank TV! Today, we're gonna be pranking the United Kingdom by making some tea. So you got my tea kettle right here, but we're not gonna be using this. We're gonna be using this.
Filtered water is key.
All you really need to make tea is boiling water, and there's a whole lot of things in the kitchen that can do that, so I don't really see why we need to use a kettle, but boy do British people get mad when you don't use a kettle, or don't even own one. right, now we just wait for it to boil. It doesn't take all that long.
Wouldn't it be great if he just kept it?
Boiling
It
water.
was just like a 12-minute video because it
So you
took that
know,
long.
people, it's because it's exactly what comes out of an electric kettle. And here we go. Just gonna make our tea. Boiling water, got our tea bag.
Impressive pour. That was good.
Yeah,
Mate,
yeah.
is that so fucking hard? British people hate, I mean hate, it's using one of these to make some tea. So let's do it. Alright, this prank is simple enough. We just
Prank.
microwave. Right, that can heat up water, but also cook lots of other things, not just tea. Set it to 2 minutes, and then we wait.
You just imagine like
Some
some
stuff.
popcorn. Like, how dare you make
Yeah,
popcorn
crate
in a
turned out.
microwave?
Looks like we got some piping hot water. Yes. Oh, there we
The
go.
Lipton tea upset them also.
Lipton tea. Yeah, that's so
Using Lipton.
America's favorite.
favorite tea.
Lipton's favorite tea? Who gives a shit? And there you have it, nice piping hot cup of tea straight from the microwave. All right, we got one more prank for you today.
Oh, no.
Try to make tea from a coffee maker. This is gonna be great. They're gonna hate this. They're gonna be so mad. All right, this is gonna be a really good prank, guys.
I only use my Keurig to make tea.
Boy, there's just so much in a kitchen that can heat up water.
Kirkland signature water from Costco.
Just to make tea. All right, looks like all that water is run through our coffee machine, which again is the only thing you need to make tea, hot water. So we are gonna take this out.
Is there a bit of a coffee tinge?
That is stained.
There was there was discussion about that. Yeah.
Coffee grounds. That's good. Plus, coffee is better anyway, so really, I just made tea better. All right, folks. 3 tea-related pranks that'll make the British so mad. Tune in next week. We'll be throwing some into Boston Harbor.
So there you go. That was I believe
Extraordinary.
as I was looking through my emails, I believe Sarah was away that month. So instead of having someone do a presentation, Brandon did that as the British presentation. So yes.
Hard to beat that. That is,
Yes.
that is remarkable.
It's gonna get you an award every time.
I agree.
I have a couple things to say. That's okay. One,
How many cups of tea have you made while on your period?
a lot, Jeff.
I want to know. I appreciate that, and
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I can't wait to hear point 2.
That was not point one. The reason you use a kettle, I don't know, Brian, I didn't see the show, so maybe you guys talked about this, but the whole thing with the kettle is that it's faster, but also
True.
you want to control the temperature of your water. You don't want to pour rolling boiled water onto your tea. You boil the water, not the tea. Okay? You're gonna burn your tea. You boil the
That's
water,
true.
not the tea. Do you understand? No one's reacting. So I don't know if
Oh, I'm
No,
reacting.
no.
You might not be able to tell because of
I've heard this before.
Yes, I'm letting you go because I agree. We have a kettle. I don't drink tea, but we have a kettle.
Yeah.
my
I have an
my
electric
point
kettle.
is the Keurig is basically an electric kettle.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, takes the same amount of time.
Yeah. But like some
I-
kettles are really good and they can heat up water in like 2 minutes.
Mhm.
Can you do that in a pot?
You can do it in a microwave.
Fuck the microwave.
Yeah, the microwave is
That's
that's just bad. Yeah.
Mug gets hot.
Microwaves are scary.
Oh, right. Bringing it back.
Oh no, we're not
Like
gonna.
Kristen
Right.
McKenzie's Facebook post,
See
high
my earlier
engagement
Facebook
post.
post.
Yes.
I'm not listening to this nonsense.
That sounds like a good
You're just-
live stream. I feel like that's a
You're-
good.
you're-
that's a
You're
good
just
way
trying
win.
to you're just trying to up your engagement. That's all. You just want clicks.
How dare you?
It's called brand marketing. Anyway.
What a
You won't see me
clickbaity
standing
post.
next to a microwave when I'm on my period. I'll tell you that.
Congrats to our season 6 Highwire Award winners. We'll be getting these out
Yes.
to you soon. If you're seeing this later, thank you for watching for the full 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Barry will be standing in the U.S. Post Office line, upsetting other people soon
I
to
will
get
be.
you your awards.
I will be. I will
Yeah.
be.
Harry, how's the food?
I haven't eaten any of it yet, which is why I'm trying to wrap this up.
Yes, let's wrap this up. Folks, check out the website and Eventbrite and Facebook for information about our shows. We're going to be in person. We're going to be online. It's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. We can't wait to see you all.
Let's go.
So,
Can we
all
get
right.
a high wire from the cow?
Hi, wire.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.